Welcome to a different looking episode of Luimoto HQ. I'm your host Kyle, and this is Luimoto HQ Home Edition with Kyle Cornell. Me. As I'm sure you've noticed, or haven't, we are not in our studio. I'm at home. So for this episode, we are going to do some jokes, some motorcycle news, and touch on some new stuff that's coming out of Luimoto. When this whole COVID thing is lifted, me and Jack will be reunited and back together soon. It'll be nice. It'll be nice to have some human contact. Speaking of COVID, a Honda dealership in England transformed into a COVID vaccination center free of charge. Which is funny because if Harley Davidson did something like this, the vaccine and the needle will be sold separately and cost twice as much. Speaking of Harley Davidson, the company has created a branch that recently launched their new Serial 1 e-bike. Now I can't wait for the motorcycle gangs in the future. You won't be able to tell if it's a Hell's Angel or a bearded hipster delivering your Chinese food. My boss said, make fun of yourself in that joke. Here I am. Anyway, now I'm very privileged and very lucky to be working from home since March 2020. It's now March 2021. Happy anniversary, sort of. But the upside is riding season is just around the corner. Heads up, BMW GS owners. Thieves are stealing dash units from BMW GS motorcycles. Now, this does not include the BMW mopeds, as most of them are still looking for somebody to steal their virginity. Speaking of virginity, a scooter and a sidecar duo ride themselves into the Guinness Book of World Records, traveling 54,962 kilometers, or approximately 34,151.8 miles, proving no matter how far you go, still no one on a motorcycle will wave at you. Now, if you haven't seen this yet, our friend Motonosity recently dropped a video installing a seat cover and gel kit into his brand new Yamaha R1. Now, I want to clear something up for those who have watched the video and for those considering purchasing a seat cover that does include our Japanese synthetic suede. Now, you can get it wet. Originally developed with equestrian use and sailing gloves in mind, our suede can certainly handle whatever you throw at it. Now keep in mind the suede is not waterproof, but if you are coming out to your bike and it has rained, just make sure to pat out the moisture that has accumulated into the fabric. However, we do include a water barrier that goes between the OEM foam and the seat cover. Now if you're not a fan of suede, that's not a problem, we can easily swap it out. Case in point, I have it on my own motorcycle and I live in Vancouver, the rain capital of Canada. Another comment that pops up, do I have to cut into my seat to put the gel in? Yes. Yes, you do. Otherwise, it's just gonna look weird. You're gonna have a seat with just gel thrown in there. This looks terrible. The seat, it looks gonna look like a poorly made hamburger by somebody who doesn't give a their job. You know what I'm talking about. We also have a few more videos to mention, including MotovationUSA installing a seat cover on his Ducati Street Fighter V4S. And he did an impeccable install job, so I would highly recommend checking that out. Next up, we contributed to a very special build down in Oakland, California. A local BMW dealer put together a one-of-a-kind Oakland Roots BMW R9T. Next up, let's take a look at what has come out of Luimoto recently. I know we haven't done a video in nearly a year, but I just wanted to touch on a few recent releases. Starting with our newly released weather protector. Available in a variety of sizes from small, which will fit the average sport bike, to extra large that will cover most mopeds. I'm super pumped to use mine as I've done some long distance travel in the past and camping in the middle of nowhere. Something like this would have helped out tremendously, especially when you wake up and it's been raining all night and you have to sit on a wet seat for the rest of the day. Recently, we've launched several seat covers since the beginning of the year, but here is a few honorable mentions. Let me know in the comments down below what kind of content, FAQs, or topics you want me to cover in future videos. Thanks for watching me, watching my face, tell you things, wear a mask, ride safe, and we'll see you soon.